What is going on, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. Playing some Battlefield 5 today using the M1922 medium machine gun. Arguably one of the best machine guns in Battlefield 5, and it probably is, especially after watching this game right here, where I go 75-5 actually, which is not too bad in my opinion, for me at least. So I want to show you guys a little bit what I was doing with this particular machine gun. Obviously has that pretty intense chrome lining, and if you haven't had a chance to try that out yet, I do suggest you guys can go check out my older video that I did about this weapon. But I thought today, you know, let's try out this gun on this map. Usually a map when I'm playing on the defensive side, I like to kind of post up in these certain areas. Again, that's kind of what you have to do with the support class and these medium machine guns, since we can't be running around hip firing nonstop. But tell you what, using this gun is something pretty special again, because you got all of that chrome lining, extended fire. They can just keep shooting players without really having your gun overheat ever. And at least in my case, I don't think I had the gun overheat like more than once in this game right here, which is pretty crazy, because when you use all the other medium machine guns, you just find yourself in so many situations where you're just like overheating your gun. So but if there's one place I really like posting up at the very start of the game, it's actually right here. The only unfortunate part is these barrels explode and there's someone shooting at him. I'm not even sure if he was shooting necessarily at me or if he was just trying to get him to stop obscuring his view, but regardless of whatever he did, he took me out. So now, I did have 5 deaths in the game, but I went for a while, I think, where I only had 1 death. Then I kind of went on a little bit of a streak where I was dying. So I was actually kind of thinking, man, it would have been pretty crazy if I've gotten like 101 kill game. I'm sure there's a lot of players who've done that before. You see a lot of players, you know, with pilots doing that all the time. It would be very curious to see more players do with the infantry classes. I think I've seen a lot of players do pretty well with the support class because, again, we've had that visibility issue, and you know, obviously the support weapons are pretty intense, and especially with all that improved bipod that they've been doing, you know, it just makes it really nice, you know, if you get in these situations right here, which I was actually pretty surprised there's not enough players that were like pushing me from these areas like posting up at. I like these little divots in the ground where you just post up, and it's just in between the flags, you know, right where they're going to want to push up on. So they're just really just trying to like run as fast as they can and get around some cover really quick, and they're just completely oblivious to the guy who's just chilling right there, right next to them. So that's kind of like my main strat that I did. I think I went like I think one guy killed me, 1 or 2 guys might have killed me from behind, like running up and hearing me shoot, which was a little bit surprising. So I probably had a little bit of help this game to get as many kills as what I did and not die as much. But hey, you know, I'll take it, right? So get away with a little bit too much there, but that works out well. I'm not going to complain. It's going to keep posting up back to the spot. Something I end up always kind of working my way back around. If I end up dying and they had like cap A, I'll like go to B, spawn on B, start, you know, posting up on those little, you know, sandbags there in the ground and little, you know, craters that I can post up in, and slowly kind of inch my way closer so I can get back to this spot, because the moment my team gets on A, they're all going to be posting up, or they're all going to like be spawning right over there to my left, and they're all just again charging to go to the flag, and I'm just sitting over here waiting for them with a weapon that you just can keep shooting endlessly. Like, not only is that chrome lining intense, but you then have that pretty decent, it's okay magazine size, which the combination of that just makes this gun just insane in my opinion. So feel free to let me know what you guys think about the M1922. Are you still using it? Have you gotten to it yet? If you haven't, as again, I suggest you go do that, because it's definitely pretty fun. Just sit down and just mode on enemy players. Look at this guy. I can't even shoot it. Shoot the gun right, and it's just, he's just done. There's nothing he can do. I was actually beginning to hold down A so well in that position I had right there that they end up coming up from behind and going over there to B. So I was like, okay, I gotta push back over to B, get back to that crater over here, as I just know again they're all just gonna be completely oblivious to me posting up from behind. I did not too good of a job shooting all these guys, but again, man, this never like really overheating my gun. It's just weird because, again, you're just so used to overheating the gun, and then, man, you use this weapon, I'm gonna feel like next time I pick up like the MG34 or MG42 that I'm gonna be like so frustrated because it's gonna keep overheating on me. But what do you guys think about the supply drop still? I know it's already been in the game for a while, but I have been doing this a ton lately, where I've just been dropping the supply drop. This is kind of like my new thing now. I've actually been doing it for a while. I don't think I've talked about it enough on the channel about just how much I think the supply drop is actually the best call-in right now, even over the V1 rocket. But I've made mention of that, I think, a couple of times. But yeah, I thought for just a brief moment there, I would say just because you can just call it in and get some health. And when the attrition in this game is so, you know, intense, like, you could really use the health, especially in these open maps like Hamada. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like calling a supply drop in is more valuable than calling the V1 rocket. But hey, that might just be me. It'll be cool to try out some of the more call-ins that we'll have to get a chance to try out coming up here pretty soon. But there are, again, more guys posting up, and I'm going to catch them off guard as they're pushing over here to the side. You know, all I'm really more concerned about is just making sure that no one comes up from behind me and shoots me, but it seems like no one was really doing that. Again, I don't know if that was just them or if it was my teammates. Maybe they could have been shooting them and holding them down, but I'm not quite sure. I think I was just getting away with maybe a little bit too much. But yeah, just gonna keep posting up over here, taking them out, just kind of watching and see possibly where they could be shooting from. This guy's gonna just stop right in front of me, allow me to just take his teammate out who's going to push him. I think I'm eventually going to have, yeah, someone was eventually going to go up there and kill me. So now I had to spawn back over here at our home spawn. And I get just enough in time before they start making the push over there to that side. And I think they have a spawn beacon down there. And so I'm going to come up from behind them and melee them here. I did that earlier in the game too, where I was just sneaking up from behind them and being able to melee them right where you know, right where they're posting up at, which is the other time was a little more difficult because you're right out there in the open, but this one right here, the guy had no idea, so confused, and then has to take out this spawn beacon right here. But lately I've been trying to grind up all of my weapons to level 10, you know, just have more things to do on the battlefield, even though we have our weekly Tides of War missions and things of that nature. You know, when you start really playing a lot of Battlefield, you know, you start really getting the ins and outs of everything in the game. You're trying to wonder what else can I be doing. So lately I've been trying to grind up everything to level 10, and which is basically everything else besides the assault class, because the assault class I've reached everything to level 10 a while ago, and I got a little bit more with the medic class, a couple more guns, a couple more stuff for the support class as well, and equally as much with the scout class. So I got a little bit of catching up to do with some of the weapons, but not all too much. I think I can actually probably get there pretty soon. So let me know if any of you guys have actually leveled up all your weapons to level 10, because that would actually be pretty cool of an accomplishment. So feel free to let me know that in the comments below so I can like and heart that comment, because that is a pretty cool achievement. We kind of have a pretty intense month we're just walking into with the month of March, that being of course the big Firestorm release date, and it's finishing up the last parts of the third chapter for this little Tides of War roadmap that we have. So we should be expecting a new one coming out here, I'm sure, in a couple weeks or a few weeks or whatever. So there's like a lot of stuff kind of going on, which is kind of everywhere. And to be honest with you, I kind of really just hope Firestorm just comes out smoothly, everything works well, because I would like to like get back into some of that core stuff of Battlefield, like getting back to like more maps and things of that nature. As much as I'm looking forward to Firestorm, I'm also looking forward to like the things that make Battlefield, like its core, you know, 64 players, 32 for 32 modes, and the maps that come with it, and all that type of stuff. I'm looking forward to that stuff to come around, as much as they've been doing a pretty good job, in my opinion, with weapons. And now we're seeing a lot of vehicles roll out. We got this week, we're going to be seeing some planes start rolling out finally now. So for all you pilots out there, you're finally going to see some of those that you'll be able to grind out for Tides of War. But, you know, maps are like my big thing, so, you know, it'd be nice that we're going to get that new maps to be coming out, but it'll be nice to see a little bit more maps. Hopefully we'll see more of those coming out after this whole Firestorm big launch for the month of March. But so that will be pretty interesting. Hopefully we can see something get worked out here sooner than later, because even though the new map that they were doing for the new night mode for what was it, Panzerstorm or whatever, that was pretty cool, but you know, it's not a new map. You know, at the end of the day, night maps are, you know, for at least that night map wasn't all too bad. You know, but at the end of the day, again, it's not a new map. So let's hope we can get some new maps coming up here sooner than later. But feel free to let me know what you guys are thinking about lately, what you guys have been doing on the battlefield. Talk about anything in the comments down below. But that is for you guys a 75 and 5 kill game as I'm just I'm shredding the last bit of players that I was able to kind of pick off here as they're kind of dwindling down, making that final push. You know how it is on every game of Breakthrough. Right at that last couple of you get in the last 100 or so kills for the enemy players. That's when they all suddenly start grouping together, start really making that final push. And again, I have like the weapon of choice, just endless, man, endless. But again, like I was saying, feel free to let me know anything you guys want to talk about in the comments below about how crazy all of this weapon is. Getting that final tank kill right there with my anti-tank mod that he ran over, or whatever you guys want to think about or talk about. But that's it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Living. I'll catch you guys again later.